one's in here. Hang on a second. Very tired right now. Ain't feeling that great. I'm going to do this once. And you guys do what you can do. All right. I'll explain it because I'm sick of explaining shit over my life. Get something straight. I was in the music business all my life. I didn't have to tell no one about the music business. I gave you guys a great story. I also gave you a great God-sent gift called Road to Recovery. I've always been a giver all my life. All right. Just give me a second here and I'm almost done. All right. What's the party? Invite the whole family. That's what I always said. All right, hold on. Now I'm going to explain everything to you real quick. Because I got to lay down. I'm in some extreme pain right now. All right. Kill my fucking hands. All right. Let's see. That's fine. All right. Okay, here. Billy. Carol. Becky. Fran. All right. Okay, right now I don't care if no one's here. See, I'm not about notoriety. About 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. On December 19th of 17. They threw me onto a CAT scan table on the 22nd. When they injected me, it's an IV injection, and they gave me contrast. The contrast is a metal that comes from the ground. 39 to 50 different types of metal. Highly radioactive. Now with that, a year ago, I knew something was wrong. I got very sick. So I was thinking all these doctors and all these people that are so braino, that they knew what they were talking about. They said, Paul, the pain's from the cancer. It was only a matter from 22nd to January 7th, fatigue hit in. By the 10th, fatigue hit in 100%. I couldn't strike the key of a keyboard. By the 15th of January, I had the shakes. It looked like it was first Parkinson's versus MS versus Tourette's syndrome. Now with that, I could never understand. By the 24th, I had to quit my job. Been doing lift. Sorry about my cat. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. With that, from 24th of January, I was not capable of walking. I was supposed to get my kidney out on February 7th. They moved it back. I called them, move it up to March 7th. They took my kidney, so I do only have one kidney. If that fails, it goes. But the other part of it, on December 7th of 18, I did a feed on contrast. I know you heard the stuff about Chuck Norris's wife, and Chuck Norris's wife was right, but it's not the scan. It's not the MRI. with contrast. It's anything you're injected with contrast base. I was slowly coming around. How you doing, Nikki? I was slowly coming around where I was starting to repair myself. And then I still had the shakes, so with the shakes, SSD wanted me to go to get a test for Parkinson's. I got cleared by MS for the MS test. Now, with that, they didn't hit me with the contrast. Hey, I love you too, Nick. #1 poster on Metal Forever. You rock, girl. See, my hair got darker. I didn't dye it. That's called radiation, kid. My hair changes like a mood ring these days. Now, I went into the SSD doctor and I said, "What's wrong?" He says, "You look like you might have Parkinson's." So I went to a urologist and they had to ship the contrast in from Chicago. Now, with shipping the contrast into Chicago, from it, they shot me up 2 minutes of the contrast. It comes in a metal box. The doctor was telling me at the hospital that this test was very dangerous for the Parkinson's. They put a plate by your head. It's about here, and it moves all over your head. That wasn't the problem. At this hospital, it was the first time that anyone ever got sick on a contrast, so it's the second time I got sick on a contrast. I should have never did it. These days, I can barely walk, and I force myself to. The fatigue's so bad in 9 months, I can't even hardly do a dish or pick up a garbage bag. The only thing I got left now is my voice piece. Tell you people. Now, it was all in front of you all the time. Go on Facebook and do a search, MRIs with contrast, living with gadolinium. Go do your YouTube searches, and you might find out what a horrifying thing. There's thousands of videos and hundreds of people and thousands of people dying. I reached out to a couple of these people. I'm not one that's going to kick myself down. I'll make it through this because some way, some all natural cure. I got to get. What happens when the contrast gets injected to you? It starts going through your body. It's called toxic-free gadolinium. Now, you would say toxic-free gadolinium, that it's not so toxic. It's highly toxic. See, this is where I ran into the problem. It goes through your body until it gets to one point. They were pinning, I had a 2.5-inch mass of cancer. So my filtration system of my kidney bounced the gadolinium back into my system. It didn't filter out. See, contrast is mercury. Remember what your mother said? Don't break a thermometer in your mouth. So when it bounced back into my system, they're called cholates. I have the video in the fundraiser. Go watch it. It'll say, please watch it. And I'll show you in 3D. So it didn't get filtered through the kidney. And without getting filtered through the kidney, it goes back through. There's things called cholates on the gadolinium. They start breaking off. They go all in your tissues of your body. So back in the day when you all see me shaking and stuff, and that's because the contrast was going into my tissues. It's in my brain. It's through my whole body. I'm I know one thing. I love life. I'm not afraid of dying. Most people are. They'll say they're not afraid of dying. I'm not. I'm really ain't. There's really no cure unless someone's. They got there's a place up in Pennsylvania. I'll probably have to go there for 6 months. It's called collation drip that they'll put an IV in and try to get out as much of this as they can. It's through my whole body. It feels like acid got splashed all over my back, that my hip got cracked out with a bat on both sides. The pain moves rapidly. You know what? People just blow this off. This should have been gone viral across the net. They put the most bullshit crap. Do you think posting an Aussie video is more important than posting the shit that you could really tell people? Look what happened to Paul. Oh, I can think so good. I can think and talk real fast like a motherfucker. And you know what? You couldn't even keep up with me. I'll run my mouth and you wouldn't even understand it. I remember the first time I met you, Nick. My mouth is still fast, Nick. I can hardly type. So I'm going tomorrow. I'll have to go to voice to writing. That's how bad it got. So if you want to donate, I always said back in the day, I never begged no one donation. And as if you're you, Steve Tars, I dare you to come into this kind of thing and put one bad post on here, bro. Because right now I'm at the point, and I don't want you people to bed. I already called the Boyle's funeral home and talked to Michael Boyle. Now he's never heard of this, and when I showed him videos, now he believes. See, kidney doctors and stuff like that, they teach you to take out kidneys. They don't teach you what's in radiation or gadolinium. I'll also tell you about the machine they stick you in. See, that machine's a great machine. It's an electromagnet. That has more centrifugal force from the Earth to the moon. So that machine is running 24/7, whether they're doing a test or not. I like that, Nick. You haven't changed. Now, at least I got to laugh at that one. Now, if you go in that room with a bracelet on, and you open that door and you got a metal bracelet on, you'll fly across the room like a flying nun, stick to that machine. I have videos of that it picked up a bed, it stuck a bed right to it, took a chair right across the room. So basically, when they put the radiation of the metal in your system, it just gives a better picture of more like your hand. It'll look like your hand. It'll show you blood vessels through your hands and stuff like that a lot better. But you got to remember something. Contrast only came out in 1977. I've been injected with contrast many a times. It gets stored in your system, but with the bad kidney, it's going to do you in. There's kids that are dying. There's a girl out there that's like 17 years old. She looks like she got Parkinson's versus MS. So you know what? You guys out there on internet land, and you keep doing your videos that ain't worth shit, voicing your opinion about presidencies and shit. That ain't going to get you nowhere. You ain't going to win a war. You ain't going to win the fight. You ain't going to win nothing on that. Do rock pages, group pages, put all your heart and soul. You ain't making money off of it. If you go through what I'm going through right now, let's go to song 6 a.m. Life is Beautiful at Your Funeral. Hate to say it. Don't be sad. You don't see me crying. I told you, I created the road to recovery. Nothing can shake me, make me, or break me. All right. I taught people how to live again. Testimonials were there. You gotta want to learn how. You want to learn to live. and you got to keep surviving until your last breath. Then when it's all over, I know where I'm going. All right. So I'll tell you, this is more awareness. The fundraiser's there. Now it's to pull everybody together to get it so I can get some insurance. My weight's way down. I'll show you right now. My ankles are about 1.5 inches. Right. My bracelet that used to fit tight on my arm will come right off my wrist. All right. Yeah, I love this song, Nick. I just don't want to be. I told the Boyle, I said, Michael Boyle, I said, you know what? You got to love you being a funeral director because you embalm people before, because it's not them you're embalming. I believe in heaven, and that's my views. I'm a firm believer in God. I'm pretty much done here. I've said my piece over 2 years and fought a battle of 25,000 hateful comments. And you know what the funny part about it is? Over this whole trip, I've only seen about 8 people. So you're watching a video and you're judging me. You should all be ashamed of yourself if you did. See, you all say you're Bible readers. You don't even know the 3 languages. You have never translated the Bible. Maybe some of you have from Greek, Hebrew, and Arabic or Arabic. Okay? And if I ask you, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, will be done on earth and this in heaven. What's the meaning of that? Most of you people got to think about it because you just memorize it just like a song. I can say it very simple. Jesus died on the cross for all of us. I didn't have to think. I'm very good at what I do with the road to recovery. And I know God's on my side and I will get well. But it's going to take a little help. And if you can't donate, I want everybody to get off your ass instead of, it's not taking it, put it up once. Put it once on your page, maybe a week because of the feed, or else people get sick of it. It's called take some time if you care about someone, because Facebook messed it all up big time. Put up a fundraiser for your birthday that people got so sick of it they couldn't even help the people that needed it. I've helped so many people with fundraisers, and I've also stopped 8 suicides on the net with road recovery and a feed. So if that wasn't worth donating to, that I've helped people. My success rate with anxiety, depression, addiction is over 1,200 people that got better. One girl had her head drilled out, and she came to me studying. She went, pub. I talked to her for 2 hours. That girl, and a couple of doctors. See, my doctors asked me for cards too for the road recovery. My cancer doctor, because they know I'm onto something. That girl that called me, she called me 2 days later. And she said, Pauly, how you doing? I'm actually laughing now. I go, who the hell is this? It was that girl, Patricia Lewis. You can't stop stuttering after you drill your head after a 2-hour conversation. I'm sorry. That's a gift from God. So do what you got to do on this one. I'll never beg for a donation. I've been that way with the cancer. Do it from your heart. Or this time, I would care and share the shit out of this right through Facebook. I got my lawyers. The test is going to show high levels of heavy metal in my system. That's not going to be the cure. That's just going to show you people how much metal is in my system from this shit. All right. I should be going for that next week or this week. I've asked the doctors and everything. I warned them. I told them it's not right. It's from the contrast. It's from the contrast. I did a feed December 7th last year. I warned you 100%. And I know Nikki is in here right now, and she knew it. That I've had warned people when I got sick about contrast. I didn't even know when Chuck Norris said about the filtration system of your kidneys. I didn't even listen to that part. I didn't even watch what Gina, I think her name is Gina Norris, said. I just knew there was something wrong. And I figured it out. And I've talked to doctors, and they all agree. I know more about this than most people. So if you're such a fool and you think you know it all, you just know bits and pieces. Because I will tell you one thing, and this is the truth. There has never been no one that can ever come up against me with my speed on the internet. And I think Nikki will agree. I'm fast as shit. You don't know half the search engines. Half of you people, or more than you people, say you think outside the box. We'll talk about the net with me. You've been in the box so long, you don't know how to get out of it. I do. Do what you can. Care and share. Throw it around to group pages. Talk to the admins. Once to do it, I'll blow this up against the news. And everybody that fucked with me, I hate to say it like that ridiculed me, made fun of me, said I never had cancer, never was a guitar player for ritual, as a child pedophile. I gave out blowjobs for donations for $5. I have 400 death threats and threats on me. Think I care? Like I always said, come to my door. I like drinking coffee. I'll take out the first 10. The rest of the 2,500 will run. This is no joke. I just told you the truth. Thanks a lot, Nick. You know, see, Nikki LaForce, it's pretty sad how everybody will jump on Twitter and Instagram and post pictures and videos. But Nikki LaForce, I know Nikki LaForce when I opened up a place called Metal Forever, my family. I gave her an invite to my rockin' family, and she was there for the Kick It show and everything I created. So Nikki's been a long-time person. I just got hooked up with her again tonight. And you know what? She's always been loyal to me. Nick, I got such good memory. I remember when I met you. Your dog passed away, am I correct? I remember everything, Nick. And I put my heart and soul out for that. I put on my page and everything and shared it around for you. So now I'm asking people to give back. Okay? I got to get going. I'm in some serious pain right now. And it's going to be hard for me to even get off this chair to try to get to the bedroom if I can. If not, I'll stay here all night and put my head down. You do what you got to do in life. One thing I found out, like Kansas, the wall, the song. Let me tell you something, Nick, 100%. When a wall gets in front of me, I'll find a way around it, through it, under it, over it, and then when I get over it, I'll crawl through the sand and drink it to get to the water. You can't shake me, make me, or break me, or kick me down. You're a great person, Nikki LaForce. And the other people that'll say this, you are too. Now it comes down to, if you can't see I'm sick in my neck and everything, how it was, Nikki hasn't seen me in a while. Nikki knows I'm sick. But you look at someone every day, you can't see the change. You don't see someone for like 2 years or a year or so. Nikki's seen me and she's probably shocked right now. I'll talk to you guys later, Nikki. Rock on, kid. To be a rock and not to roll, Nah, something was wrong with me. Never. I'll talk to you guys later. Do what you got to do. Okay? Take care. I think I explained myself, and I'm not going to explain myself no more about the music business. I earned the platinum albums behind me. And what I got out of it from working with the solvents, making the flight cases for all the bands, I got the biggest gift in the world, cancer. So for all the work I did, 20,000 stages, hundreds of thousands of musicians, I got cancer from it. Nick, you know what? It just got bad. December, 2 years, about a month ago. And that's when I called my daughter. And you know my daughter's a nurse. And told the kids I don't think I'm going to make it. For me to do that, Nikki, you know I'm sick. I'll talk to you guys later, believe me or not. But if you get in an accident and you have a kidney or a bad kidney and your kid or something, they shoot them up with contrast and they don't walk the next month or they die. Never said I didn't do one good thing. I warned you all. I warned you a year ago. But most people are just into their selves and their own lives and painting a pretty picture on Facebook. And I didn't get banned from, I think I got banned from Facebook, and I'll tell you why. Because all the horrible shit Steve Tarish wrote about me. For putting his stuff up that he wrote it to defend myself, that's why Facebook took me down. And I would keep putting up another page and another page. Just like my fundraiser. You want to kick it down? The one page goes down, so does your fundraisers and every group you own. So that's the way Facebook works. Mark Zuckerberg, I messaged you a year ago. I've always thanked you and stuck up for Facebook. You know what? I've showed my ID. I've showed everything on my pages. Did you ever give me back my page? Not really. See, I followed the rules. I didn't write hateful stuff about people. Got people carrying AK-47s, this, that, I've seen on Facebook. The nastiest sex shit I ever seen, but you don't take down their pages. What, their exception to the fucking rules? Sex sells? I'll tell you something, Miss Mark Zuckerberg. I will go up against you one-on-one because you couldn't even think as fast as I could. And you could, you know what? I could run Facebook better than you could ever do, but I wouldn't run an evil tool that I've stuck up for. That's the Antichrist. God bless you all, and have a blessed day. I'll talk to you later, Nick. Like I said, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Remember that. Take care.